grateful. Honestly, so grateful for all of you. The organization is really the people that we have. And I heard that you really feel really, really proud of what we have done today and throughout this year, throughout these couple of months. Honestly, the biggest shout out to Jake.
This is going to be a documentary.
And I think that events like this gives you a chance to understand each other better, and I think most importantly to find that common ground, the common good, because there are things that are universal. And I would like to think that young people and the ease with which people can communicate these days would come up with a better way of working together to address some of those global issues. But I think it all starts with education and curiosity and interest and understanding that there are many ways to solve problems, and that the more you talk about them, again from a diverse perspective, the more likely you're going to make a better decision. So I think you'll inherit a lot of things that should have been solved a long time ago or should have been addressed in a more mature fashion. But I think that through events like this and initiatives that you'll continue to do, you're going to keep continuing this, Belle, I think that I'm optimistic that you will find the common good.
Live or work in a system that is really been designed for me. So everything that I do or where I step out every day, I'm being brave. And it's because I look at fear and I still do it anyway. That's probably the best way I can say. I think everything is about knowing for me that the system isn't for me. I may not get this opportunity, there may be bias here, and believe me, it's a long walk of life, but I still do it anyway. I still do it anyway. Yeah.
Ready? Is two things. One, not to conform. So challenge the norms, which these three women have done in spades, but also to be yourself. Be brave to be yourself. Be brave to bring yourself. Be brave to know what your intuition says and stick with your values.
His appearance in my life, I think that we live through it, we embrace it since day one. Our mode, like the first thing that I say when we open an event online is we want you to remember that we're people before professionals. And this is something that I repeat over and over again, because sometimes we forget that we're people, and that people, it doesn't matter what gender you are or whatever it is.
Coming with me the first month, going to IKEA, buying my bed, buying fork and spoons and pots and pans. And when Mum and Dad left, what do I do now? And you know, we worked, I had a little allowance meal budget. That, you know, I also acknowledge how lucky that some of us are that our parents can afford to bring us here. But throughout that whole journey, every day was about being brave, about turning up to class, you know, sitting in a room of people you don't know, listening and learning, and then going out and living a life that is all new. You don't have your friends, you don't have your family, you don't have your community. And for all of you to go, that's what I want, that's what I want to do, that's an adventure I want to go on. I think that's so brave. And to what Debbie just said, what Tessa talked about, what all of the ladies talked about was that, and yet we also live in a world where bravery sometimes isn't seen, or bravery isn't acknowledged, and sometimes it's just expected. But what do you mean you don't want to go to school because you woke up feeling a bit shit today? You know, what do you mean you don't dare to tell your boss that you're sick and you can't come to work? You know, there are all these little things that, you know, we live with every day. We go, that's really hard, that's really challenging, and yet we all do it. And I think that's bravery again can come in the smallest thing and the biggest things. You know, I think I was talking to Tessa yesterday on the phone is that we don't all have to fly to the moon to be brave. And I think that's something we should all take away from.
Firstly, around international students, I just want to recognise that they represent, and you all represent, the dynamic cohort in Australia, bringing not only cultural richness to this country, but also fostering global perspectives and enhancing our communities. And here at the museum, these students, they're not just visitors, okay? They're contributors and innovators and the leaders of tomorrow, and I absolutely mean that.
Joy and aspiration has left a lasting mark on me, and I believe on all of you guys too. My journey with Future Forte began when we were still known as Future Female. The transformation from Future Female 2022 to Future Forte 2024 is even more dramatic than my own transition into a woman.
Are we coming next year? I think we are!